Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB, and today I have with me Srijan, who has become an RBI Grade B Officer this year in 2022. So many congratulations, Srijan, for finally achieving your dream after a long journey.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So if I will tell why did I say that is Srijan started attempting for RBI Grade B in 2016, and I will not give more details. Srijan can tell himself your background. How did you thought of appearing for RBI Grade B in 2016, and what has been your journey till now?
Yeah, and thank you so much, ma'am. And in 2016, I have came to know about the RBI Grade B exam, like normally in a newspaper article. Then I thought of hearing for it, but not with much knowledge. I have just given a shot, and then I got to know how should I prepare. So the various aspects like the finance thing, the banking industry, and even the level of preparedness for quant and reasoning. So then I started preparing seriously for the next year. In the meanwhile, I had joined a software company. I was working as a software developer. All the time I wanted to stay employed and never go preparation all in. I just wanted a backup. Then, as I was working, I joined in a software company. Then in 2018, I could clear the prelims, and I was very short of time, and I started preparing for mains after clearing the prelims, and joined iExamB at that time for phase two. I literally started from scratch. All those, short videos where topic-wise CPs are used to give those recorded videos, and
Right.
then there used to be a quiz after that video. So I used to attempt, and then I used to make notes. It would be surprising for me if I had cleared at that time because with the amount of preparation I had put in, and so then I got confidence that I could clear it. But there was some I felt ki I should learn more about it. And so I've joined MBA in 2019. I've joined
Okay.
in NIBM, in the which is similar or a parallel, I would say, to the aspiration I had in my mind to join RBI. So there I got to learn more about banking, the whatever the regulations are, the banking companies get into, and got to know more into the business side as well. And then I couldn't give much time for preparation while I was doing my MBA. But sidewise, I've gave other exams also before this for SEBI as well as NABARD. Then
Okay.
there also I've taken help of iExamB where ARD was very difficult because I'm from a BTech background, and those videos of iExamB helped me. I could get good marks, but they were not enough. I mean, I went till the interview. The interview was
Right.
good, but the mains marks were a little less. I lost by 4 marks, I guess, in the
Okay.
final list of NABARD grade A in 2019. SEBI, I had cleared, went till mains two times. So there also I couldn't clear mains. Then in 2021, while I was graduating, completing my MBA, I have got an opportunity to join the Exim Bank. Then after joining Exim Bank also, I mean, my day used to be very hectic. Then the notification came. I was thinking that this would be my last attempt, and somehow I could clear it. I still remember the phase one preparation. I started again from scratch. I mean, I used to study the BPedia material only for GK because of the paucity of the time I had. And then for reasoning and maths, I used to go through the videos and only give some time for practicing. So that was my phase one preparation. And then for phase two also, I have gone through the all BPDS for 6 months, and then the PIB, help, supplements. And then I have even taken help of other coaching institutes as well, just to make sure that I was making sure that I will not lose this attempt. So then Phase two, I mean, I yet to see the marks. I have to see how well I could fare. And the first attempt, I mean, when I could reach mains was in 2018. There it was completely objective.
Yes.
Preparing that time, it was very difficult for me because it was a lot of a memory game. Uh, and you have 200 marks of objective and then 100 marks of subjective where you can say what you know.
Right.
And that is even in English. So not much scope. And those for the memory part, and there is a limit of the content I could retain and remember in the 1 month of preparation time I had. But the second, the new pattern, it is actually beneficial for me because I I could explain what I knew and
New.
what my thoughts are, and it gave me much opportunity. I mean, rather than just marking answers, and if it's right, you get marks. And here, I could
Right.
frame my thoughts well. Yeah. So
That
that
is a
is.
good point, actually, Srijan, and I would like to highlight this. Why? Because when the pattern actually changed in 2021 to include 50% is as descriptive and 50% objective, first there was a lot of anxiety among the students that the pattern has become difficult and all. And what you are now saying now, that is what I think that is how we have to look at it, because in descriptive, in fact. Contrary to what our first reaction is, that we will have to write answers, long answers, and it has become difficult. Actually, contrary to that, is the truth is that you are able to express your thoughts, and it is possible that on a topic you can write something, while in objective it is just right or wrong, either you are right or you are
Mm,
wrong. Right. In descriptive, however, maybe 50% of the content of that topic, and you are able to express that, and you will get certain marks for whatever you have correctly mentioned. So, in fact, there is scope of getting more marks and a better marks for students in descriptive, and for various backgrounds candidate also, like in your case, also before you did this time that you've done your MBA, but before you had done MBA in
yes.
2018, that time finance and economics was a little new for you, and retaining everything may not have been possible. And but if we understand one or two topics, and usually in the descriptive they are very direct questions that they're asking, they're not asking too complicated or analysis type of questions that one is not able to do. So I think, Srijan, this is a very helpful point that you brought out yourself, that in descriptive this time you were in a position to actually bring out your thoughts on a
Mhm.
particular topic and the question that was asked, and this helped you. Srijan, very nice points that you started in 2016, when you didn't know too much about, but just to
Yes.
understand, you gave attempts so that you understand what the exam is like, what the requirement of the exam is. And in 2000 is when you got serious, and you've been associated with us since 2018. It's been
Yeah.
a long journey, of course, but in between you did your MBA. And I remember one of the times you mentioning that you are taking up MBA, and then also Exim Bank
Yeah. Yeah.
job. So we had a long discussion about your job at Exim Bank, and that you choosing. In fact, um, uh, your Exim Bank interview and RBI phase one that year coincided, and you chose
Yeah.
Exim Bank because
Actually,
that
I
was
had
going
to
to,
give.
yeah. So you forego the 2021 attempt of RBI, so that
Yeah.
because that was very clear in your mind. So I think, Srijan, you had a lot of clarity in your mind what you wanted from life, and you did want a job in hand. It was something that was your requirement. And with the kind of experience you have gained at Exim Bank, I'm sure it has added to your preparation for RBI. And also, when you continue your career with RBI, it will be very, very, very beneficial. So one of the very, very important development financial institutes in our country. So if I
Yes.
talk about
Yes.
Exim Bank and your preparation, like you mentioned, your job at Exim Bank was quite hectic. And
Yes.
many times you told me also, like, we'll be able, let's, can we talk on Sunday, because you are working till even 9 the night, because it was a quarter ending and you had a lot of
Yeah.
responsibilities to complete that time. So how did you manage? Because a lot of time it is that, with a working, with a full-time
Mhm.
work and a pressing work requirement, one is not able to prepare. So how did you manage that? How much time were you giving for your preparation?
Actually, yes, ma'am. The main thing in working in Mumbai is commute, so that used to take a lot of time going to office and coming back. And while going to office, I used to read the GK modules. So, I mean, other things were not fitting there, either the newspaper articles or whatever the BPDM materials. And then after coming back, I used to sit for 2 hours for preparing for reasoning and other stuff before prelims. And somehow the newspaper articles or whatever happening in the industry, I mean, let's see, even the supplements, they indirectly helped me for phase two preparation as well. So it kind of kept me uh, uh, just to know what's happening, and then I could understand that even helps me in the interview also when I give my answers to give something that's happening in the recent times. And use the time judiciously. I mean, that's the main thing. And I have asked you actually also, matlab, what are the bare minimum things that I should take care of? So I don't have all the time in the world to cover everything. So as per your, your suggestions and guidance also, I only covered, I tried to make sure that at least I cover them. So
Yeah.
be it the PAB materials or the ESI, I mean the quizzes which we have for monthly things, and the monthly current affair quizzes also I used to go through them. So they were actually, I in phase one, GA was my scoring point. I mean the quant this time was very tough, and
Mhm.
despite preparing, I couldn't fare much. So GK saved my part there. So that
Right.
preparation of going through those helped me with the quizzes or the modules and all. And used to prepare on weekends to try to give as much time as possible. So that's was my preparation while working with Excel.
So, Srijan, when you said you were using your time judiciously, I think it's very, very key. And we may hear it a lot of times from a lot of people, but when it actually comes to practicing it is when we start faltering. And so, one suggestion I will add to a lot of candidates here, more than the quantity of time, the quality of how you spend that time is much, much more important. And so don't just count the number of hours that you have studied, see how much you have been able to gain and study and actually retain from the time that has been spent. And this is also true whenever something is scarce, we tend to use it better. So
True,
when
true.
when we have a liberty of 24 hours at our own disposal, that 24 hours vanishes and they look less. But when
Hmm.
we have scarce, then that we will make the most of those 2 hours. So time is one of the most precious asset, I will say. All of us, we have been given equally. Now it's us, at us, how to use that judiciously and make the best out of it. So it's very, very important that way. So Srijan, very, very focused study that you have done. And another important point that I would like to repeat and highlight here, which he said was, when he was studying for GA, and he used a lot of his commute time to cover up and read during. So we have used, again, that's an example of judiciously using whatever time you have, and not wasting that. And another thing that he said was that whatever he was reading for GA ultimately was also helping in his ESI and descriptive writing and the interview stage. So whenever you are preparing, look at conceptual understanding and a holistic preparation. Yes, the syllabus is there for the phases, different phases, different subjects, to help us guide in our preparation, but don't put them in compartments, that this is to be there in FM only, and this has to be there in ESI only, or this has to be there in phase one only. Ultimately, it is about the holistic understanding of the information that you have. So it will definitely help you in all the three phases, whether it's phase one, phase two, or your phase three related to interview. So Srijan, if I talk about, I will straight away jump here because you very elaborately covered how you went about your preparation overall for the two written phases. Let's talk about the interview, because the first time you reach the interview
Mhm.
stage, and
Yeah.
what was your preparation like for the interview stage, and how was your actual interview?
Yes, ma'am. So, interview stage, I mean, I have given more focus about the newspapers because I was thinking that the contemporary things matter more in the interview, and not just reading the articles, but trying to know the reason or the some changes in the regulatory standpoint. Let's say, even for Exim Bank, they have given a draft guidelines of Basel III norms. So I just try to understand why is it given. I mean, what are the current practices going on? And then I've given mock interviews also with iExamB and with other coaching institutes as well. I was constantly taking the feedback where I was lagging on. I could see in the initial phases that my HR related answers were not that streamlined, and I would thank Sanjeev sir regarding that. He kind of helped me ki you need not go in depth, or you could phrase your answers this way. So that type of guidance did help me. And then regarding the technical things, I used to go through the RBI website. That's the kind of I mean, the Bible for the interview aspirants. They used to visit all the
Yeah.
homepage or whatever the What's New section, even the monthly bulletins and the speeches, and even the addresses by key person, I mean, people like the deputy governor or the governor of RBI himself. Any lectures. So I used to
Yeah.
go through them. I Definitely, I mean the not all, but some candidates used to the groups which I was part of. They used to cover the entire year part, but I used to cover in little portion, like the past 3 months or 4 months. And then uh, also about my work profile. I mean, I was
Yeah.
sure that they would definitely ask me about the kind of work I do, and that did happen. And there were actually not. I was surprised to see very technical questions based on my work profile. I mean, they were of the level of if I had gone for an interview of same work profile, that the
That.
questions were of that nature. And my journey also. I mean, I've been a electronic student, then who joined a software company, so profile related questions I had focused on. And then in the interview also it was much focused on my choices which I made in career. Why did I left a software job? Then they asked me about my understanding related to the banking industry, which coincides with the tech, like the cyber risks and all. And then they did ask me about my work profile, as I told, and the recent happenings, maybe regarding to the recoveries. I mean, the NCLT and NCLAT. And they were also expecting more about the regulatory standpoint. I mean, how would you see? So, like, why do you think the rating of India is not improving, or
Right.
how do you think the regulatory regime should be in such times? I mean, they were very higher level of. I felt to my experience or to my age, but I tried to answer in my way. So. I would say the interview guidance has helped me, and even before this, I used to have one-on-one sessions also. So with you, with CP sir also. So even they kind of helped me in this. Thank you for this, now.
Great, great, Srijan. So I think and when you say that there was a lot of profile related questions, actually, that is usually how interviews do happen. They will focus a lot on your profile, and especially if you have a work ex and or if you are currently working anything, technical questions, proper technical questions related to your field are very, very much possible. And that's what it happened with you, and you being with Exim Bank, more so because you're already a part of the financial system. So
Yeah, yeah,
that's great, Srijan, and wishing you very, very fulfilling career at RBI. Also, it's been a long dream for you,
yeah,
and you have worked towards it. Step by step is what I will sum it up as, because one may look at is you started in 2016, took so many years, but that's not. I will suggest students or the viewers to look at it, because you have to see how the steps were taken in that direction. So that was the first time that thought came to his mind that no, this is the organization I want to work, and this is my goal that I want to work at. And Srijan took the right steps, first to get some kind of experience after straight out of college. Then he decided that no, now I'm also sure, after giving the first two attempts, I'm sure banking is the place that I want to make my career at. So he did MBA. He completed from an IBM specifically to understand the banking sector even better. And after that, he continued to give exams and joined Exim Bank. That time, he made a conscious decision to forego RBI for that 1 year attempt, but
attempt, yeah.
but took Exim Bank, because that workex actually working till now. He had been studying and preparing, but to actually work in the financial sector and with a esteemed organization like Exim Bank would have given him that experience of also actually working and not just theoretically preparing. So he took that conscious decision, and this year will full-fledged focus. Along with his job, he appeared for RBI and cracked it. So if I say so, I think he's taken the right steps in that direction of his dream, and very nicely achieved it at the right age and at the right moment. So many, many congratulations, Srijan, once again, and
Thank you, ma'am.
immense pleasure for us at iExambian, the entire team, because like you said, you joined in 2018. So we were also new that time, 1 year into RBI
Yeah,
full-fledged preparation. That was the second year of our preparation. So we do remember our students so fondly, and the interactions we have had over the years, that time, now, and everything. So wishing you all the best, and best wishes from the entire team and our viewers today.
thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, I exam team.